Hi, it's Mark Bossert, Top Local Lead Generation. We're here with Michael Jover from urLoan.com. How are you doing today, Michael?
I'm well, Mark. Very good. Good to see you.
So we're going to talk about how urLoan is different from other lenders in Canada. Go.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, we could list off a lot of things, but um, again, what we're really trying to offer is a completely different kind of loan. Not a loan that's just going to add to your debt load, but a loan that's actually going to minimize, hopefully, bad debt and put you in a better place. I know I mentioned this before, but it's truly how we're trying to be different. If you are looking for a lender, generally for personal funds, we're probably not your best option. We're more looking for the person that, again, has collection items, has defaults, past kind of hiccups in the roads, which they couldn't fulfill a responsibility, a payment, and then are now looking to try to make amends. So first off, unlike our competitors, I mean, we don't have branches. You don't walk into our branch and, we take your information. Everything is submitted online. So, I mean, technically it's a lot more accessible than having to go into a branch. You can do it from your home, your couch, your bed. We make it easy. It's user-friendly. Just need to create a profile, go online. There's a simple 2-minute application process, and you can submit your documents right there on our website, or you can email or fax them in. Majority of our competitors, you actually need to come back in, bring in your pay stub, your bank statements, etc. But for us, it's all just dropped off online, or again, fax or email. So one of the benefits, it's a lot faster. Generally, we will give same time approvals or at least responses. So it can leave you at least not waiting for an answer, so you can kind of move on with the direction you're headed. As well, kind of what's much different is we actually have someone on the end of the phone. Our responses aren't generated kind of by a computer or an algorithm. It's actually a loans officer you're going to have the opportunity to kind of speak to, tell your story, truly kind of tell us what is truly your goal. Is it just to, hey, I just need a short-term loan to try to help me, or are you actually looking in a year or two to borrow from the banks one day and actually be able to be approved for a mortgage and kind of better yourself? Most of our loans advisors, they have collections experience. They're loans officers from previous banks. So they do have some actually good advice and personal experience as well from dealing with a lot of people in some of our customers' situations. So it's not just a computer that's generating an answer based on your credit. It's actually, hey, what happened? What was the reason for the default? What was the reason that you missed a couple of payments here and now you're looking to get back? We have a lot of good examples. Actually, I'd like to share one. A gentleman that came to us, a younger fella that he came to us with a couple of bad items on his credit bureau. He admitted to us he was young, and he didn't know the importance of credit because, as you grow up, you don't learn this in school. You're not educated by it. There aren't a lot of classes that you can take. If you don't have anyone that you look up to or raising you to kind of discuss your income, finances, it's difficult. So, we had this young fella who came to us and said, listen, I didn't know how important credit was. I need a second chance. I need a couple things to pay off. Please give me a chance. So, the gentleman had very stable work now. He had been his employer about 2.5 years. And, we gave him a $3,000-$4,000 loan, paid off some of his collection items. And in about 6 months, he came back to us. He had one more item that we said, come back in about 6 months. We'll see about paying your other item as long as there's good repayment history. And when he came back to us in 6 months, his credit score actually went up 85 points. So gives you a good indication on how quick you can actually improve your credit score as long as you borrow responsibly. Now, he hadn't taken out any other previous loans or credit cards and really just targeted paying those ones off. So, if you do, come to us and try to borrow with the right intentions, it can have a pretty good impact with your credit. Another situation we had was a woman who came to us, just like most marriages, you go on to have children, and she was working at the time. She went on maternity leave, but unfortunately, she wasn't covered 100% for her income, so she couldn't fulfill all her payments. Eventually, she slid a little and fell behind on a credit card. She came to us approximately 2 months before she was going to start work again, and we gave her a loan for an amount, a monthly payment that budgeted and fit with her expenses. So she came to us again for another item that fell behind about 8 months later. We paid that off for her, and surprisingly, her score when we generated her credit bureau went up at it was 138 points. So again, another good example of someone that, fortunately, life took its course, had some children, couldn't fulfill payments, but came to us for the right reason, borrowed to pay off a debt. 6 to 8 months later, again, we paid off another item, and a drastic change in her credit score. And I think her term ends in about 6 months, and she'll probably be going to the bank next. And yeah, just to give one more example, we had another gentleman the other day who came to us probably about 2 years ago. He was laid off. And again, a situation where you can't really control in all times. It wasn't that he didn't want to pay his creditors. It's just he didn't have the ability. So the gentleman came to us, explained to us he was serious. He wanted to borrow for the right reasons, pay off some debts, and start establishing and building credit again. So we took the chance with him. He had good stable work again, and gentleman's been paying us great, and now he has nothing delinquent on his bureau. So I imagine the next time he comes to us, he will be going to the bank, and that's truly our goal. It's not to keep you in our cycle or the high risk lending space. Sorry, to be more exact. Our goal is to actually push you out eventually with a higher credit score and walk into a bank, because majority of these people as well, they're looking to eventually get a car loan at a better rate, or again a mortgage, and our goal is to kind of help them get them there. So just a couple of examples like that, which I think it's good for people to hear, because things happen that we can't control. And there's not a lot of lenders out there that's willing to give people a second chance, and that's who we're trying to target, those type of people, which I'm not sure our competitors are doing. I think some of them, you get the feeling that they're taking the North American way and trying to make a dollar however they can. But that's not our approach, and we're direct with all our customers. We'll tell them if this isn't, if you're trying to borrow for the vacation, or for a trip or some extra cash in your bank, we'll advise you it's not the right decision, especially at a high rate.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Those are great stories that really illustrate the value of the space that you guys have moved into. That's pretty unique, I think.
Yeah, it is, and it's unfortunately, if you are dealing with a bank, that they aren't there to help you when you do require help. And even our competitors, you're not seeing that. You're seeing a lot of those lenders become B lenders now. And we're trying to differentiate ourselves as a C lender. We don't base our decisions on credit, again, like most of our competitors do with their software and their systems. They don't look at you as a true person. It's more of a, okay, what have you done in the past? Here's your score. I'm sorry, we can't help you. We're not willing to take a chance. However, like I said, with all of our customers, when they apply, we go through a loans interview, and we truly want to find out, what was the cause and how we can help you and actually give you a second chance. And we're finding that a lot of people are pretty appreciative, and it's truly getting them back on their feet.
That's amazing. So if you need some help, these are the guys to call. You can go to urLoan.com and get yourself started, or you can give them a call at 1-855-723-5626. Thanks a lot, Michael. I really enjoyed this.
Not a problem. Thanks for your time.